Hello, 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 hello. Are we live? I think we might be. Hello, everyone. How are you? I hope you are well. Let me just kick off our lives on all of our platforms that we are streaming on today. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everyone who is hopping on. Oh, we've just crashed out of TikTok. So let's go back into that one and get that one working again because we've just crashed out there. So thank you everyone who is joining me. Thank you for tuning in, whichever platform you are on. Thank you. I appreciate it. It is lovely to see you here. Thank you, everyone who is doing that. So I am just going to, got a couple of people on Zoom, so I'm just going to let them in as well. If you are hopping on Zoom, do remember to mute your microphone so that we don't get any audio being picked up there. So if you are joining me on Zoom as well, perfect. Thank you for muting your microphones. Hello, everyone who is hopping on. Hello, Tim Develops. Hello, Angie. Hello, Quirky Dog. Hello, Miranda. This is my Q&A session where I am answering any questions that you may have about your business or indeed about mine. For those of you that are new and do not know me, my name is Annette Ferguson. I am CEO of Annette & Co, UK-based accounting firm. I'm a chartered accountant, certified profit first professional and financial strategist. And I help business owners take home more money from their business for them and their families to enjoy. This is my business Q&A session where I'm happy to answer any question that you may have about your business and help and support you. I have no pre-prepared content for today, so this session is entirely driven by the questions that you ask. I've been in business for 11 years now. So dealt with hundreds and hundreds of clients in different sectors all across the UK and in fact the world. So I'm happy to help and support you with any questions, as I say, that you may have about your business or indeed about I've also been running my business remotely that whole time. We do not have fancy office space or anything like that. We have a completely remote team and remote setup and have done this whole period. So this is not just a new thing for us during the pandemic as well. So please do ask any questions that you may have. Wendy, thank you for tuning in and joining me. Eloisa, hello, it is lovely as always to see you. 1W, well, how was that? 1W1HO. Thank you for tuning in as well. Hey, Stuart. Hey, Jack. Thank you for the follows as well. I massively appreciate it. Whichever platform you're on, the likes, the follows, the shares, the loves, the hearts, the subscribes, the thumbs ups, all those incredible things. I massively, massively appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to try and keep up with the comments because we have quite a few coming in. Jack is saying, what cars do I like? Not really that much of a car person. I like cars that go, cars that work, cars that fit my family and all our stuff in. That's the type of car I like, Jack. So thank you for your question. Hey, Stuart. Stuart, I have an iPhone. I have iPhone 11. That is what phone I'm using. When I multi-stream like this, actually, what I do is I have numerous cameras set up. So TikTok is on my iPhone 11. Instagram is on my old phone, which is an iPhone 8 or 9, I think maybe. And we have streaming through my Logitech webcam via kind of looped through Zoom and then into Restream. We have YouTube, Periscope, and Twitter, Facebook, and the Uncover Wealth community as well. So that is what the setup is, and that is how I work my various devices with a multi-streaming onto different platforms as well. Thank you very much for the follows. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, as I say, all that good stuff. I massively appreciate it. Now I'm just going to pull up the chat on some of the other platforms that I can't quite see with the way I have it set up just now. So bear that. Thank you for joining me. Bestie, hello. Thanks for joining me as well. I appreciate everyone who is hopping on and tuning in as always. So thank you so much for that. Now I need to find my chat bar, should be somewhere. So let's see where that is going to load. Here we go. Here we go. So do let me know what questions you may have. As I say, this session is completely driven by the questions that you ask. So please do make sure you ask some questions. As I say, this is a business Q&A session. So any questions that you may have about your business or indeed about mine. TTV, no, I'm not Irish, I am Scottish. Thank you for all of that. So Tim UK, what advice for competing in a market where there's saturated with many competitors? Tim, actually a market that has competition is kind of a good thing because you at least know there's demand in that market. So first off, it's not necessarily a bad thing that there are other people doing what you do in that marketplace, because that means that there are other people able to run a viable business in that marketplace. So that's the first thing to bear in mind. But the big thing that I would do if I were you is identify the gap in the market, identify the area that, and this involves a lot of listening, by the way, this involves a lot of listening to your customers and potential customers. So what is it that they want, that they're asking for, that they are saying they need, that they feel like they're missing, that the other people are not providing for them? So for example, my business coach and mentor spotted a gap in the coaching market, which was basically when people providing programs having extreme accountability. And so identified that gap and plugged that gap. So identifying in the market where actually your competitors are missing a trick can be really, really key in you succeeding massively. I mean, look at the market that I'm in. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of other accounting firms. I am not new to the market, but what we do is we listen to our customers, we listen to our prospects, and we find out the areas that typically they are not happy with when it comes to other firms, and we make sure that we excel in those areas. So looking at that can be really a really good idea, Tim, if you are going into a market which is very busy with other people. And fundamentally as well, I want to say that you have no competition as such, because not one other person has exactly the same set of experiences and life experiences, business experiences, knowledge, all that stuff. No one can have that exactly the same as you. It's just not possible. Therefore, when you can start to differentiate based on your unique setup, systems, thoughts, etc., you'll start to pull away from the competition as well. So I hope that helps, Tim. What else have we got here? No, there's not a spider behind me. We're back onto what's behind you on TikTok. Thank you so much. That's taken a while this time, actually, for somebody to ask that. Remember, when you ask those questions, I can see what's behind me. I've got a camera pointed at me. I can see what's behind me in my camera. Hello. Thank you, Mary Kate. Mary Kate saying, I love your hair. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We also have some very odd things coming through, which I'm going to completely ignore on TikTok there. Hello, Awkward Mango. I have no idea what your comment means, but again, I'm thinking it's probably not so good. Definitely helps. Tim saying definitely helps. Thank you. Also, when do you think it's appropriate to register a business with the government? So if you're a sole trader there and you are earning over £1,000 a year income revenue, you ran out of characters with Companies House. Okay, so I'll keep with the sole trader one in case anyone else is interested in that. So if you're a UK sole trader and you are earning over £1,000 a year income, then you have to register with HMRC, and you have to register by the 5th of October in the tax year following the one your business in. Tax years run from April to April. So they run from the 6th of April to the 5th of April the following year. So you would then have to register the next the next October after that if you're a sole trader. If you're a limited company, then the answer is pretty much straight away. You have to register as soon as you're starting to trade. I mean, if I were you and you've got an idea and you know what it's going to be called, I would be registering straight off, because there's no downside to doing that. You protect the name as well. So I would do it straight away as soon as you've got the idea working and you're starting to build towards launching the business. Then I would be getting registered with Companies House if you choose to go down the limited company route. Let's see. Yeah, Delroy saying we are here to create, not compete. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a massive believer in creation as well. Millie saying, I want to know if you're a friend. I can be your friend, yeah. Okay. If I had 100K, would I invest in a business, my pension, or pay off my mortgage? Oh, this is a really interesting question. I would invest in business, actually. In some ways, my business and I see business as a form of pension, not for everybody, but depending on how you work that. And our mortgage is actually already paid off, which is why I wouldn't put it on mortgage. So that that kind of ticks that box for me personally. But I would be looking to invest in a business because I would believe that I could get a greater return on it that way. So that is what I would do. Liable to start a small business? Yeah, absolutely. There are many businesses that operate through Etsy, 100%. What I would say is that you probably want to make sure that you have a diverse, you have more than one platform that you're selling on, so that, should something go funny with Etsy, then you have other platforms. You probably also want to build up your own brand. But yeah, you can absolutely do that. Let's see. We're just going to do a little bit of blocking on TikTok. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Charlie, I've blocked Charlie. Don't worry, everyone. I can see some people saying Charlie's comments are completely inappropriate, but yes, he's been blocked. So do not worry. Delroy, I appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Can we talk about how to go about community building? Yes, Marty, absolutely. So community building is ongoing for us all the time. We are constantly trying to community build. One way that you build community, of course, is by producing content and inviting people to view that, inviting people to participate, inviting people to comment, all those kinds of things. So that is one big way that you build community. Listening is another way to help build community. Understanding what your community need and want and providing that to them can all help, making sure that your community feel loved, making sure they feel appreciated, and making sure they do feel part of a community. Doing things that pull people together can really help as well. So those are my sort of quick tips, Marty, on community building. Let me know if there's anything else specific that you want to ask on that, and I'm happy to answer that. What have we got? What else have we got here? We have got I've just lost my questions coming through. There we go. Let's see. What else have we got? Remember, this is your business Q&A session. I am any questions that you may have about business, that's about your business or indeed about mine. That is what I am here for today. So this is a completely open Q&A session. With that, Wendy is saying, where does rent and food go, and things like paper cups? Do you, Wendy, I think do you mean in the profit and loss account? Is that what you mean? So with your head cost, Wendy runs a group of cafes, of coffee shops. So that's what's applicable there, Wendy. I think that I think that might answer your question if that's what you mean in the profit and loss account. Where does it go? Dave, lovely to see you on. Thank you for tuning in, and it is lovely to see you very much. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. This is our Q&A session. This is a open session for you to ask any questions that you may have about business, about general business, about your business, about my business. I am happy to answer any of those questions at all. Oh, Wendy, I think you just typed my name, but I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Okay, I missed a comment. There's a comment that didn't feed through. Okay, good. Taps for, oh yes, allocation percentages for hospitality. Oh, I thought I'd pinged them into the Facebook group. Let me upload those for you, Wendy, into the Uncover Wealth community. I will pop those in. I'm just going to write that down into the Facebook group. So for those of you that I realized I just kind of mumbled that question at you for those of you that are not listening inside the Uncover Wealth community. What Wendy was asking about was the TAPs, which are called target allocation percentages for the hospitality industry. Now, target allocation percentages is a phrase that comes from the book Profit First, written by Mike Malkowitz. Profit First is a book that helps businesses with their cash management. Highly recommend you read it if you have not already. If you want to get a copy of that in PDF, you can head to annetteandco.co.uk/pfbook and pick up a copy there. It will wing its way straight to your inbox. What Wendy is saying is basically when the revenue comes into a business for the hospitality industry, how much should we be setting aside for profit, owner's pay, tax, cost of sales, all those kinds of things. So that is what Wendy's question was. And what I was saying was we have some certain percentages for specific industries inside the Uncover Wealth community. So I will make sure that the hospitality industry ones are in there as well for her. So if you want to understand how much you should be spending on different areas of your business, then do hop inside the Uncover Wealth community. In the units section in there, there are various ones for different industries. If you're not already a member, you'll just have to answer the join questions, hit join, and we'll let you straight in. So that's over on Facebook, my Facebook group, Uncover Wealth Community. You could just search that in the search bar on Facebook as well. Oh, you have them. Sorry. Okay. You just didn't know where rent and sorry, Wendy. Got you. So you do have them, but you didn't know where rent and food costs went. Okay, understood. So yeah, they do go in other expenditure. Yeah, they do. They do. Excellent. Let's see if we've got any other questions coming through. Opinion on vegan and vegetarian. Each to their own. It's your body, you can choose what you want to do with it. That's my opinion on that. Goobster, hello. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying hello to me as well. This is your Q&A session. This is Strategic Chats. This happens Thursdays at 11 a.m. So thank you for joining me wherever you are watching today. These sessions take place on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So do make sure you mark it in your diaries. I am, of course, live Mondays to Thursdays at 11 a.m. across all platforms. On Mondays, we speak about mindset. On Tuesdays, we have our UK business updates. On Wednesdays, it's Wealth Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, it's our strategic chat session, our open Q&A. So thank you everyone for joining me and thank you for tuning in. Kelly's saying, do I like Bitcoins? I've never bought Bitcoins. I am indifferent to Bitcoin. I think, when you're investing, obviously you need to take the advice of somebody like an IFA or something like that. Each person's investment risk is different. And, I cannot advise on individual investments or what that looks like, only to say that you should invest with your own risk profile. And anything you do invest, you need to make sure that you can afford to lose, because nothing is completely safe. Delroy is saying, am I using StreamYard? I'm using Restream, Delroy. Restream is the one that we use, but actually I have it in my diary to actually trial StreamYard as well and see which I prefer, but I have been using Restream for a few months, maybe 2 or 3 months now. Seems to be working okay, but I've heard some incredibly good things about StreamYard too. So I'm going to be testing that out and trying that out as well. Should vegans be able to tell you to change your religion? Well, I typically don't speak about religion, but no, your religion is completely your own opinion as well. What you choose to do is up to you. It's really quite irrelevant to anybody else what your religion is. Absolutely. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate your time. I know it's incredibly precious. So I hope you've got some value from listening to today's session. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you mark in your diaries for 11 a.m. on Monday, where I am back with another live stream. And once again, thanks for tuning in.